Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first course, our first lesson on how to read Arabic. Now, just a quick intro on how this course is structured is you want to learn how to read Arabic. The first step would be recognizing the letters and then the sound that each letter produces. And then how do you connect them? Now, one difference between Arabic and English. And again, this course is designed, of course, too, for an English-speaking audience. And I'll be trying to relate Arabic language with English, of course, how we are used to learning our alphabets and how we read. Now, of course, we know that in English, just like we have a capital A and then a small a, capital B, small b, then some of them, of course, will seem similar, but some of them will be totally different. Like, for example, T like this, and then T, small t like this, right? You have J, or you have J like this. That's not how it goes in Arabic. So that's the good news. So first step is that I'll let you know is that you will not have to memorize two different types of alphabets. In English, let's say there's about 26 letters. You're basically learning double that in order to really learn all the alphabets. But in Arabic, you won't have to do that. But there's a bad news, which is that in Arabic, you don't have such thing called printing. We know that we can write, let's say my name, which is Haroon. You can write it like this, which is just printing it. Or you can write it connecting it, which I have forgotten how to write, but something like this, right? Where you have writing, which is you're connecting all the letters together, right? So let's say for the word job, you can connect it like that. And you will not have to do anything like that. In English, you have a choice. In English, you have a choice of either printing or writing. But the bad news in Arabic is it's all practically writing. We'll be just writing. There won't be anything where you will be able to just put alphabets separately and you say, okay, you know what, this is how we can read. But no, we won't be able to read that way. You will have to connect letters, and you will have to learn how do you connect one letter to another. Now, a letter, let's say in this case, and don't worry about what this is, but let's say there's a letter. I'll use this guy for example. Okay, I won't tell you what it is for right now, but just say there's one letter. Okay, this connects. So there's the one. It could be just by itself. The other is it could be in the beginning of the word. Okay, so it could be in the beginning of the word, and it will look something like this. Okay, so let's say the word is I'm just coming up with something. Let's say bar. Okay, that's how you write bar in Arabic. But don't worry about what I'm writing because you will not understand what's going on. But the key is this letter, which looked just like this by itself, when I'll be teaching you, doesn't look anything close because I'm only taking half of it. I'm chopping off the other half because I'm writing it now. I'm connecting it on one of the letters. So it looks different when it's in the beginning of the letter. The same letter, if it comes in the middle of the word, okay? So let's say I wanted to put, here's a letter, and if it's in the middle of the word, it will look something different. Now this letter ba right here, okay, this letter ba is looking totally different. This is basically the part of it. And the same thing when it's coming at the end of the letter, end of the word, okay? So I'm hoping I made this clear, is that anytime you learning an Arabic letter, you will have to learn how it is in the beginning of the word, how it looks in the middle of the word, and how it looks at the end of the word, which you might think it is complicated, but just to be honest, it is actually very easy, and I'll be teaching you those techniques as well. So that's part of it. The other thing you need to learn about Arabic is that, just say in English, right? You will never be able to put two letters such as H and R together. It's not going to make sense. How do you pronounce it? You won't be able to. You will need things what we call vowels, right? So you'll have to put either an A, right? You will have to, H-A-R, now you can pronounce it hard. You'll have to say H-E-R, you can say her. H-I-R, whatever that is here, right? H-O-R, right? So you got A-E-I-O, and then you have U. These are the vowels that will be basically connecting letters in English. Now in Arabic, you can put any of the letters together, but you will need some vowels, and the vowels are not part of the alphabets. Okay, vowels are not part of the alphabets that you will have to memorize. Those are just some marks that you put on top of different words to pronounce those words. So let's say I'll give you an example, and this is your letter alif, which is right here, and then you have your letter ba, which is, pretend this is A and this is B. Okay, like in English, you have A and B. Alif, and then you have ba. You will not be able to pronounce it, but I can write them together. In English, I will never be able to write them together, but in this language, in Arabic, you can write them together. But the key is it ab, is it ub, is it ib, right? That all depends on some of the marks that you put on, and those could be something like this. It could be something small like this, or just some marks that I'll be teaching you. They're not part of the alphabets, but something that you will need to learn in order to connect different words together. So with that, we will start, and I will, in this lesson 1, my goal is to not have any of our lessons more than 10 minutes long. So we've already passed 6.5 minutes or so, but the key is to teach you in our first lessons few alphabets, not all of them, just few of them, what they sound like, okay, and what is the equivalent of it in English language, okay, and as simple as that. That's all I will be teaching, and then later on we will learn how to connect them. So the first goal is to learn how each letter looks like, how does it sound, and then what's the English similar letter that corresponds to this Arabic letter. And then later on in the course, we will learn how to connect them. Like I taught you that you can connect each letter in the beginning of the word, in the end of the word, in the middle of the word, and how they look like. So the goal is for you to first just look at the letter and be able to say, hey, this is such and such letter, and this is the sound that it will be producing. Now, our goal is to make sure that you do not move on to the next lesson until you have learned everything that is being taught in lesson number 1, let's say, right? So I'll teach you 4 or 5, maybe 6 alphabets in the beginning, and if you get it, move on to the next lesson. Otherwise, do not move on. So the key is to make sure you understand every single letter in each course. So let's start with the first alphabet. And we'll see as soon as 10 minute hits, I'm going to move on to the next lesson. So we'll have a hard stop at 10 minutes. So we'll start with alif, okay? That's the first letter, alif, okay? This is how it is written, alif, okay? All it is straight line, okay? Straight line, okay? And I want you to write it down. Get a notepad. Don't just watch a video. Make sure you write it down, okay? And I'll warn you, I'll have a very bad writing, but that's okay. I'll be typing it as well. So, alif. Okay. Alif. Just a straight line. Alif. Alif. Okay. And in English, it is A-L-I-F. Alif. Okay. So that's the equivalent to the letter A. For the most part, it is the equivalent to letter A. Now the next letter is ba. And of course, you have guessed it, the equivalent to this is letter B. Okay, this is ba. That's how it's pronounced. Ba. Ba. You got alif, ba. Alif is equivalent to letter A. And ba is equivalent to letter B. That's all I want you to know. And now let's move on to the next letter. Simple, right? Da. Da. Okay? Say da. Da. Which is T-A. Da. But you're not pronouncing it with a hard ta. You're saying it da. Da. Okay? Da. And it is, you can say it is equivalent to the letter T in Arabic. In English. So, first letter is alif. alif, which is equivalent to letter A. Next letter is ba, which is equivalent to letter B. And then the third letter that I'm teaching you is the, which is equivalent to letter T, but not the hard, just soft T. You can say the. And that's it. That's it for our first lesson. I taught you how Arabic language is structured, what's the concept of vowels, and it is only written, not typed or printed, you can say. It is written, meaning every letter is connected, and how each letter is connected in the beginning, in the middle, and the end of the word. That we'll teach that later. But the first thing is, let's get you familiar with all the alphabets in Arabic language, and we have taught you 3 today, which is alif, ba, ta. Here's your alif, here's your ba, here's your ta. And make sure with ba and ta, you can see is almost the same. Only thing is that you have a dot at the bottom and 2 dots on top for ta. Alif is a straight line, and we will learn more alphabets in our next lesson, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.